Good day, everybody. So I'm going to show you how to pass data between two activities together. First thing I suggest all of us do is, you see the unrelated projects, we close them. Because what you get to see is errors and warnings from other projects. You see the other projects there is a zoo app, there's a conversion app, etc. They apparently, they are showing me the errors and warning which I have no relation to right now, because I'm not working on them. So the easiest thing is close unrelated project. So I'm going to do that just now. And I advise, once I finish, you do this yourself. Just watch the steps. So I'm quickly creating a new Android application project, and I'll call it passing data. And for simplicity, as I explained, keep all of them KitKat, KitKat, and KitKat with no theme. So when I create this project, so I need to have two activities. I need to have two activities. First is, I'll call it first activity, and then the second, I'll give it the layout name, first activity. Okay, and that's my first activity with nothing literally inside. I need to change the API level to 19, and I'll call it I'll input customer name. That's what I would drag and drop this over here, text view, customer name and customer ID. Let's look at this. So I'll call it customer name in the text and also ID. Okay, so I've got the customer name, customer ID. Now I need the text boxes. You know how to do this. The name should be ABC, which I just dragged and placed over here, and the text box should be a number for the customer ID, and I just dragged and placed it here. Okay, this is the layout, which it is not. I need to reduce this size. Okay. So my customer ID and customer name text boxes with the labels or text views are here. You see, coming from Dreamweaver background, this customer name is actually text view, but from Dreamweaver this is label. So if you remember that, you can call it label or LBL. Otherwise, in Eclipse or Android terms, you know this, it's called text view. It's written over here also. This is text view. This is also text view. And this is edit text. It is text box. In Eclipse terms, it's edit text, and this is also edit text. So now I'm going to give it this ID, which I can remember, txt name, enter, okay, and this should be txt ID, enter, okay. So notice why these are blanks, because these are text box. I want the user to enter the values here. The next thing I need is a button only. So I'll go to the widgets, drag and drop button, and the button should read submit, and its value should be actually anything. I mean, it's just for my convenience, btn submit. So that's my first activity. The first activity should have source code. Now you tell me what source should I write. I've now finished my references of the interface components who are related to my code now, and the submit buttons on click listener is created but is empty. I'm going to populate it now. Once I just need to create an empty second activity. I'll finish it later on. So to do that, you click on your package, right click, new, other, Android activity. Make sure you don't click Android application project. That's another project. Don't create another application project. Another activity is what you need to create, and I'll call it second activity. Second activity. I'll call it second activity. Okay, so that's my second activity. Now notice, if you create a second activity later on and you say I want to make it the first activity, meaning it should start first, then while you are creating it you have this option, launcher. So it will make this one as the first one, meaning this will start first. But by default that first will start first. But later on, if you add second or third activity and you say no, I want this one to start first, like if you create the home screen later on and before you created counter and ticket app, now you are creating the home screen, then you can click over here, this checkbox, and it will make it the first to appear.
Now we don't.
Okay. Now we don't need, so we uncheck it and next and finish. So you will have this second activity ready, created. Let's leave it empty for the time being, and let us finish the first activity code. So what it should do, it should create intent, put data inside it, yeah, dot put extra, and then it should start the second activity with that intent. So to do that, I'm going to create intent. It's connect. So it can be anything you like. Intent connect is equal to new intent. So what should be the code here? What should I write? Are you sure? This is new intent, so it should write. No. It should write where it is starting from. Yes, first activity dot this, and then second activity dot class. So now it will make that connection. That pipe is now created. So you created that pipe, there is no data inside, and you have not started it also. Only that connection is created, that's all. But Eclipse, like always, is complaining. Hover your mouse over it and import. It will give you a suggestion also. So you import it. Now this is to start an activity without putting data inside. You can just click start activity inside, and you can write this intent name inside. It would start the activity, but we need to pass on data. So before starting the activity this time, pass on data. So let me write down this comment: create on click listener, create intent. I've created an intent. I've given this name connect. You can give any name which you can relate to easily, and then put data start activity. Okay. So the put data, how does that put data? How does it come? Put data should be intent dot put extra. Should it be this one? Can anybody correct me? Put data, do not get text. Now, see, can I draw your attention for a while? When I say intent dot put extra, this code tells you um, intent, my intent, new intent, and yeah, this one, intent dot put extra. It means the name of the intent is intent, but right now in our case I named it connect. The name of the intent is connect. So I'll do this. Connect dot put extra, and you'll see a range of different put extras. You will have lots of put extras: string, boolean, string bundle, string byte, string character, string integer, string. First one is always string because first one is the key, it's the name, and second one is the value. value can be integer, value can be character, value can be string, it can be a boolean, it can be small number, it can be decimal number, many things. So the first one is always, you see, put extra. These are all names because this is the key, and these are values. Different types of values have different types of method. So you put extra. I need to select string because name is being passed. So I'll say customer name and Fatima Ali. Both of them are string. So I'll select string. So customer name, give it any ID you can remember, because on the other activity you will pick up from this ID. This is key. Actually, this is the key value pair. So I'll say customer name, and what should be the value? What should be the value? Whoever tells us correct answer will give us ice cream also. Yes. Okay. What should I write here? Any name? My wife's name? No, not any name. This name. Txt name dot get string dot get text dot get string, because we are reading from there and passing there. So I'll say txt name. Yeah, because this was for you. I'll bring the ice cream, no problem. I'll dot get text dot to string. So now you have the name, and you have put inside the intent also. So now you have put the name. So now I need to put the ID also. Connect. Yes. No, I don't think. Okay, this one. Okay, so what should I write? Anything I can, but it has to be the same value I pick it up from. When I read, it should be the same key actually. So I'll say customer ID, and value should be what? Now you're talking. Txt customer ID dot get text dot to string. Halas? Wrong. Integer. Koi reached there. Integer dot parse int. Now you need to convert this to integer because it's a number. You need to pass on number. So there are two different methods. As I just let me just show you. Connect dot put extra. So name and boolean is another one. To pass integer you have this one, name and int. To pass a decimal you have name and float. Float means decimal. Double also means decimal. Double is a bigger decimal. Float is a smaller decimal.
So we should go for double, for example.
Yeah. When you have double, you should go double. Go with double. Yes. But now this customer ID should be an integer, right? So I'll change this to integer. How do I change to integer? You guys know already. Integer dot put everything inside this brackets. Integer dot parse 90 inside this bracket, and it will convert this to integer. Okay. So that was the first part. First part was putting data. So I put data inside this intent, and then I started activity with this intent. So the other guy, the second activity, will receive this, will actually be started, and it will have this data available with it. So it will have to read it. That's another text. That's another syntax that has to be followed. So this is my first activity, which is now finished. Now the second activity has very small code. Let's design the second activity. This is our second activity. and I'm going to delete this. You see the second activity, I'll have only one. I'll only have one label, one text view. I'll it's one label. I'll call it LBL. Actually, it has to be two, ID and name, right? LBL ID, and then LBL name. Why am I? Yeah, LBL name. So I've got two text views now. This one is for ID and this one is for name. So this is the second activity. I have got two. This one LBL ID is for customer ID. This one is to display customer name. To do that, to display over here when this starts, let's go to the source code of second activity.java. In the on create, remember all code we are doing in on create. Create some gap. What you should do first? Yeah. I'm glad you said that.